Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adeni Aji Shafe. Well, looking at the fact that Manchester United, although Sevilla ended in in the draw. We'll be coming to that just to at least start the show on that particular ground right now. We'll be starting from home scene that has to do with handball. Well, our ladies did well over there in Ghana, defeating the host nation, Ghana, 49-29 at IHF Women Trophy African Zone 3 handball competition taking place. Nigeria won the first match against Liberia, and now they did well against Ghana, beating them 49-29 in that particular encounter, with Matthew winning the MVP of that particular game. Good one for Nigeria and ladies, the under 18 handball team, for the fact that they were able to do well over there in Ghana. And hopefully, they will also win their game against Cote d'Ivoire today by 3 p.m. They'll be fighting out against Cote d'Ivoire ladies in this particular African Zone 3 IHF Women Championship taking place in Accra, Ghana. I have in the studio too Emmanuel Fashemi is here. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
I also have Emmanuel Ahmad.
Beautiful morning to you. Thank you so much for having me.
Good one there. Well, let's start with the handball story before we talk about how Manchester United were actually hammered. I know they played draw, but anyway, let's start with handball. Our ladies they are right now in Ghana. The second game against the host nation, they won 49-29, and it's a good one because that game was like a determinant, being the fact that the host nation, Ghana, have that support from their home fans, but our ladies were equal to the task.
Yeah, it's a big one. Congratulations to our ladies. Equal to the task. They actually blew away the Ghanaians, and the coach, after that game, the coach came out and was talking tough that they should have even scored more goals. That is to tell you that they actually missed a lot of chances. And as it stands right now, our cadet teams in the handball sport are actually doing well. We saw the under 18 boys. We saw the under 20 boys also doing beautifully well when they went out to represent us, and now the girls are also doing very well for themselves in Ghana. And if you look at it, I think the dominance of Nigeria when it comes to handball in the 90s, 80s is gradually coming back. Because the last time we actually dominated Africa when it comes to handball was in 1993, ever after then we've not really shown that class. But I love what the federation is doing, being led by Sam Ocheho and every other person that is there. And if you look at it, it's good that these guys were even picked from the national. What they normally do is this. They go to the National Sports Festival, get this young one, the youth games, they get players from there. The Senior National Sports Festival, they get players and bring them together. And because the league is up and running, definitely they come to play their league here in Abuja, and then the finals normally be in Lagos. So they get players from everywhere. So it's good that they've won their first two games, and coming up against Cote d'Ivoire, I'm not scared because these guys are actually ready.
Now, talking about that right now, transferring that to Emmanuel Ahmad, our ladies will be fighting against Cote d'Ivoire. They've won 2 now, 2 down, and now they need to face this particular one today. Do you see them winning?
Definitely. I think the morale of the 2 previous victories will actually spur them to do more. And I'm very sure by now the Ivorians will be scared as well. It's like these guys are on fire.
Definitely the host nation.
So for me, it's a defeat on arrival for the Ivorians. So kudos to the girls, I must tell you, and of course kudos to the federation as well. And I think we need to build more on this so that we can sustain this momentum. We can, build more superstars that will do us proud, even at the highest level. Beyond even Africa. So we keep talking about how to present, athletes, top-notch athletes, in the Olympics and probably top stages like that. So I think it's a right way to go. From what I'm seeing right now, if we can build on it and also support, most of these girls and even discover more, we'll surely, do well at the highest level.
Yeah, we'll surely do at the highest level as we speak right now. We also have another team, that's Nigerian handball team. They'll be going for the Imagination Championship in Bulgaria, where they'll be sorting out against Bulgaria and also Azerbaijan there. And really, handball has been on a high level in Nigeria right now. The ladies doing well there under 18 over there in Ghana, winning against the host nation 49-29, and they defeated Liberia earlier. They'll be facing Cote d'Ivoire today. And really, In the 2 matches they've played so far, they had 2 MVPs, one Babatunde Taiwo, and also the last one, or the latest one right now, talking about Esther Matthew winning the MVP, valuable player of that particular encounter there. Congrats to the 2 ladies, and congrats to Team Nigeria, the handball under 18 women, for the fact that they were able to do it. The girls are really making us proud over there in Ghana. Now we move away from handball. Let's talk about a big one that happened yesterday across Europe. The second tier of Europe, UEFA competition, that is Europa League, and we look at the results of matches that have been played. The likes of Man United playing draw against Sevilla. I'll be coming to that, but let's look at the results. Feyenoord pipped Roma by a lone goal, and you have Bayer Leverkusen play 1-1 against Union Saint-Gilloise of Belgium in that encounter there. Juventus 1, Sporting Lisbon 0. You have Manchester United playing 2-2 against Sevilla. Let's take it one by one. For Feyenoord against Roma, a good one for Feyenoord. We know how good the team actually are, but really their coach Arnold has been doing well so far. In fact, being pursued by top clubs in Europe against Jose Mourinho, Roma. That particular game, no one saw that coming. I remember the guest was saying yesterday that Roma will actually defeat Feyenoord, but it never happened.
No, it did not happen, because to start with, Sporting are very, very good side, No,
Feyenoord.
I mean, Feyenoord, I beg your pardon, are very, very good side. But against Jose Mourinho, a lot of people will say, well, it's going to be, difficult for them. But then they get the job done at their own backyard. But a slim score line, 1-0.
Going back to
the second leg in Italy, it's not over. I can tell you that. But then I think by now the man in charge of Roma, Jose, will go back and of course figure out some lapses and then make some corrections. We'll have a very, very good 90 minutes away in our hands. Very good one.
90 minutes away. Well, let's see what happened there. Even though Jose Mourinho knows this business of winning a trophy, at least he has done one with Roma, and now he knows that the second leg, he needs to win this game if he needs to get it right against Feyenoord, the youthful team there from Netherlands. Now, let's see, look at the results. We look at Bayer Leverkusen against Union Glories. We have in Nigeria there. Victor Boniface was able to score that goal for Union Saint-Gilloise there against Bayer Leverkusen. That match ended 1-1. Good one for the Nigerian, the striker. Talking about this particular game, Emmanuel Fashemi, a good one for Victor Boniface.
Yeah, big one for Victor Boniface and for Bayer Leverkusen. They were champions when they defeated Rangers International of Rangers, I beg your pardon, not International of Scotland. And for our own Nigerian Boniface, I think he has been the spearman who has been spearheading all the attack, getting the goals for Union Saint-Gilloise. Is a team, an unknown team from Belgium, but just this season they came up, and it's not that they are not known, but they are not in that class of where Anderlecht, Ghent, and the rest of them are. But look at the fight there. Look at the way they are playing in Europe this season. And I'm sincerely speaking, I'm surprised that they even got to this stage they are right now. But overall, beautiful one for that team, and our own Nigeria, though. We are still waiting for him to join us to come and play for the Super Eagles, but hopefully they can lure him and come and play for the Super Eagles. But overall, it was a good game, and against a team who were finalists on this same Europa League. But overall, it's 1-1. It's not yet over. Like what Emmanuel said for Roma, we are still, in fact, it's still open till the final whistle in the return leg. Then you can say, okay, this team has qualified to the semi-final. But as it stands right now, I think both teams have chances of going through.
Now, Bayer Leverkusen Union, that's from Belgium. That particular game saw them sharing the spoil there, 1-1. It shows that the second leg will be very tough, just like Emmanuel actually opined. But you see that Union were able to win at home because they were able to get at least a draw here. Going back home now, a win for them, you think?
I won't say yes. Why? Number one, the away goal rule is no longer working. So a team that probably drew at home will say, okay, maybe something went wrong, so we can also go away and get something better, So if you're playing at home and you think it's over because you got a draw on the road, you might just get a shocker. So it's football. I won't say it's over, honestly.
Well, we've been talking concerning Bayer Leverkusen, Union Saint-Gilloise there, where Victor Boniface was able to score one goal for Union. And now we look at Juventus Sporting Lisbon. That match happened over there in Italy, at the city of Turin. You look at the way Juventus actually, let me use the word, spring up. after the deduction of that 15 point. It was as if they pinched them to do well. But this game, they also did well against Sporting.
They did well, but to an extent, I think Sporting lacked the cutting edge at the final ball. Because last night, they were really all over Juventus. That goal came from, it was not a scrappy goal though, it was a counter-attack, and they were able to get that goal. But Sporting Lisbon did all the play. They did all the play. They outplayed Juventus, okay. But Juventus, with experience and with the caliber of player and the kind of coach, Massimo Allegri is not is an experienced coach. He's a man who has been on the biggest stage when it comes to European football. I think he has gotten to the final of Champions League with Juventus, where they lost to Barcelona. But if you look at the way Sporting actually played last night, it was as if they thought Juventus had to play the game, but overall Juventus have a very slim victory. Going back to Portugal, I'm seeing it as a very difficult task for Juventus. If they play the way they played at home, then they can get. But this is football. Juventus can go there and also outplay them. That is one thing with football. If you don't play well, you can. When you have the second chance, you can actually rewrite all your wrongs in the first leg and then get the job. But in all of the 3 matches that we've talked about now, I think it's still open to all the 3 teams.
Well, looking at this particular one, Juventus, like you said, going back to the second leg, Sporting could be fired on that. Well, there's still hope for us, even though we're trailing by a long goal. Definitely,
the massive hope for them, considering the fact that they played well on the road. So at home, the pressure will be a little bit, normal. The fans will be behind them, and then they will probably want to get the job done. What actually happened in the first leg? We played well, we couldn't score. Okay, now let's correct these wrongs, and then let's get this job done. So Juve is beatable. They are very beatable. But again, experience, like you said, is really working for them, and that's exactly what happened last night. It's still very much open, I must tell you.
It's still very much open. That smile actually looks a bit right. You have a coup against Juventus, I suspect that. But really, we've been talking concerning Juventus versus Sporting, ended 1-0 in favor of the old ladies over there in Turin. But the biggest one that happened yesterday was the fact that Manchester United scored 4 goals. Let me use that word, 4 goals. I'm already looking at Emmanuel. But really, Maguire, what happened again? You saw Sabitzer scoring 2 goals, and Maguire and Malacia, both of them having MM as the beginning of the alphabet of their name. Maybe the beginning, right now, any player with M should be running away. Man, you should not sign them, right? What happened? Let me come from you first.
Well, like you said, yesterday the social media was agog. It was all Man United. I was like, what's going on? Man U scoring all 4 goals, 2 for them, 2 against them. And again, one man is making the headlines for the wrong reasons, and it's Harry Maguire. In the first place, I was like asking, why would Eric bring this guy in? Why do you really need him? Maybe he thought the game is won already, and then he came in and then helped Sevilla to seal the.
Seriously.
So I don't know. For Man United fans, I know they're not cool right now. They're not happy, but I think if they are not careful, Man U will be kicked out. Yes.
If they are not careful.
If they are not. Because right now, a couple of injury worries for them, and going to Spain in the second leg.
Knowing fully well that Sevilla, even though they might not be doing that over there in La Liga, they
definitely
know this cup.
So if they can't manage to get that draw, irrespective of how it came, Man U should be careful.
I don't think Man U will bow out of the Europa League because I believe they learned their lesson in a very bitter manner. We might say Sevilla, they are the king of Europa League, 6-time champions. Yes, they know how to play the Europa League, but not against a Manchester United that are formidable. They might have their own errors. And for Harry Maguire, well, the coach knows why he brought him in. I'm not Erik ten Hag, but what I know is Manchester United is going to get a result right there in Spain. Yes, this is not the first. Okay,
your own back here.
They lost the first their opening game against Real Sociedad, and they came back to defeat the Real Sociedad. They've beaten Real Betis. They've beaten Barcelona.
This is Sevilla that is everybody know and respect them very well.
No matter how you look, Sevilla qualified. They escaped Fenerbahce with just the scruff of the teeth.
But they still qualified.
if they qualified, yes,
now,
accepted.
if Man U had beaten them
Manchester
yesterday,
United can get the job done in Spain,
now,
and they will go
sure
there.
It's going to happen.
Manchester United will go to Spain. They will beat Sevilla, and they will qualify.
It won't happen.
I can tell you that whether Maguire or no, I can even tell you the truth. If Maguire plays that return leg, he might score. He won't score against Manchester United. He will score against Sevilla.
Okay, let's see.
It's not going to be an goal. But sincerely speaking, Manchester United is not yet over for them. I'm pretty sure, 100% sure that Manchester United will get to the semi-final. Sevilla is no match for. We might just see these two flukes from them last night. But
do you know that if they have not mounted any pressure against your team,
but okay,
the own goals will not come.
Martinez, Manchester United had to finish that game with 10 men.
And so?
Because why? Martinez was injured, and the substitution has
and that makes it more difficult for him going to
already exhausted the substitution. So no, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but in a way, they finished the game with 10 men. And what do you expect? All the pressure will be on you when you have a 10-man. Okay, look at what happened to Chelsea. Chelsea played with 10 men.
Don't bring in Chelsea here.
So I'm giving an instance. They finished the game with 10 men. And you know when you are being pushed back a bit and you finishing a game with 10 men, what do you expect Manchester United to do? They should just, a miracle should happen. A miracle cannot happen in that man. But what I'm telling you, the miracle that will happen is in Spain. Man U is going to beat Sevilla and qualify for the semi-final and face that Juventus or Sporting, whoever comes their way, they will blow them away. I'm telling you this.
You're already counting your,
No, it's not far. From now till next week, I think it's how many days? 7 days away from now.
Yes.
We will know who will be in the semi-final. Man U will be there. Sevilla will just pack their bag and then maybe just kiss Europa League this season goodbye.
Well, it's not going to be easy like the way you put it.
Well, if you say, may I've seen it. I'm not a prophet, but I'm telling you. I don't have a church, but I'm telling you that Manchester United will qualify.
The chances of Man U qualifying now,
the chances is like this.
It's so slim.
It's not slim. The chances is like this. Who is Sevilla? Sevilla that is struggling.
Yeah, in La Liga.
Okay.
Not in the UEFA.
Don't worry. I'll give you a call on the phone when Man U lands themselves in the semi-final.
What a way to go concerning this particular argument. But I love the fact that I didn't allow you to bring in Chelsea because I don't know how you brought in Chelsea to this.
They also finished with 10 men. It's an instance.
Wait a minute. You are playing in Europa League. Your team. You play and score 4 goals. 2 for yourself, 2 away, right?
It happens.
Then the next thing you do is to mention the Blues. What brought in Chelsea? Chelsea are playing in Champions League.
They are playing in Champions League, but they finished their game with 10, and it didn't show.
An average Man United fan will still find a way to bring. What brought in Chelsea to this matter? Seriously, he's facing you that Sevilla will qualify. Instead of facing him, you brought in Chelsea.
Sevilla will not qualify. That for sure. Sevilla will not qualify. Fine. Manchester United, though, from statistics, Manchester United have not don't normally find it easy against Sevilla. I think they've had only just 1 win, and it was this same Sevilla that knocked Manchester United out last 2 seasons from the Europa League. But I'm telling you, this season, the narrative will be different.
I'm not sure.
Manchester United will get the better side. If not for Maguire, we would have been saying all of this. If not for Maguire, Malaysia, we can excuse Malaysia, but for Maguire, a Maguire who lost scoring goals against
one of your players, and now you are even tipping him to go and score in Spain.
But he will return that same favor. That favor he did to Sevilla, he will return it back.
Feature him in the second leg.
We will.
He's going to score.
Ten Hag, we will.
Gentlemen, well, I just have to quickly cut you guys off there. Well, football can always be so emotional at times. In fact, the whole sport, immediately you are losing, your body will begin to boil. Well, we've been talking about Manchester against Sevilla, and it's been a big one there. Looking at the fact that Malaysia and also Maguire score against their their teams. But now let's quickly look at the Europa Conference in the 12th tier of UEFA competition, as it happened just here yesterday. Matches were also played. Let's look at the result. You look at West Ham being able, they fought hard, but well, as it is, Ghent. You look at Basel against Nice. And you have Lecce Fiorentina 1-0 against Anderlecht 2-2. Those are the games there. West Ham play 1-1 against Ghent. Right now, let's also talk about West Ham. Ghent. Orban couldn't score, but someone else actually, Gaipa, a player named Gaipa was able to make it 1-1 for, against West Ham. And a lot of people were expecting maybe they would defeat West Ham, but it never happened.
I think West Ham are doing well when it comes to the Conference League. Even last season, I think they got to the semi-final and they lost out. This season, they are also on course of getting to the semi-final. It's not yet over. And for Gift Orban, I think Manchester, I beg your pardon right now, I think West Ham actually did their homework and they kept him quiet even at their own stadium. And that is a good one from West Ham. If you look at the way Moyes is playing in the Europa Conference League, he's not playing like a team that is playing so badly in the English Premier League. They attack, they defend, and they play they play what is called compact football. But overall, 1-1, they will come to London Stadium, and I tell you, Ghent should just kiss Europa Conference League goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm happy for Terem Murphy being able to score a brace for his team, and that shows that OGC Nice are really ready for this Europa Conference League.
Definitely. What makes him more special is the man you just mentioned, talking about Terem Murphy. It's something wonderful, really, to see a Nigerian, or should I say Nigerians, doing well generally, in the in European competitions. So watch out for this team. Something is telling me that beyond the semis, they still have something to prove.
You still have something to prove there. We've just been talking about the top tier of Europa. That's a UEFA competition, Europa Conference League. They are a good one for Terem Murphy. OGC Nice. It's called a brace there. While a lot of Nigerians were waiting to see if Gift Orban would score, but he couldn't score. But yet, the team were able to hold their own. And now we quickly go back home. Let's talk about our own. After all, we always push to project our own sport. We talk about the Nigerian National League, the second tier of Nigerian Football League, NNL. Some fixtures will be coming up. Just 2 matches coming up today. EFCC, they're facing Kogi United. And you have Malumfashi FC versus Sokoto United. Big one there. All the 4 teams are in the northern side of Nigeria, and they'll be facing themselves in this game. EFCC versus Kogi United. I know the Kogi United man is in the studio. So how do you see this game? Do you think you guys can actually defeat EFCC today?
I think the boys are fired up. They are condemned to win, must tell you. They played 3 home matches, managed to win 1, drew 2, went on the road against ABS FC of Ilori, and were beaten. So today, they will surely want to redeem their chances of at least having it good for the first time in a very long time. They've never gained promotion to the MPFL. So, and for me, a lot of people were like, okay, this season should be a very good one for Kogi United. One, the teams they are paired with, most of them are newcomers, and one will probably be worried, why are they not getting the much needed result, especially at home? So today against EFCC of Abuja, another struggling side, no disrespect, I think it's a battle of survivor, and it could be anybody's game. But I think if I must put sentiment, United should be able to get the maximum 3 points.
When you say United, people's mind will go to Man United.
Okay.
Say Kogi there.
Kogi United.
Kogi United.
Yeah.
We need to always sell our own. Really.
Definitely.
I still remember in the 80s where Nigerians are so proud of their clubs in Nigeria and they wear their jersey. But these days, the foreign league are actually taking over. But it's time that begins to push for ours. Add that Kogi to make it more, African.
Kogi United.
It's our own. Even though we are taking the United from there, but really, Kogi is Kogi. You can't change it. That's our own. We need to always, I still wonder why we always so kind of feel a bit inferior when it comes to our dialects, our languages, and everything. Funny enough, as we speak right now, African music is going global. As we speak right now, talking about our dialects, Pidgin English is being taken by almost all the broadcast media out there. They are trying to go into it, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, like that. So why can't we be proud of our own? Kogi United, right?
Kogi United.
Good one. Malumfashi FC versus Sokoto United. This is a big one because Malumfashi is in Katsina and Sokoto United. So you see how that game is going to be tonight.
They are actually related, but overall for Malumfashi FC and Sokoto United, it's a big one in the NNL. And I think after this game, we just have maybe 1 game or 2 there about. Then we'll start the second stanza of the average league, where they will now have to look for the overall champions from the groups, and then they go and play Super 8. But as it stands for Malum Fashi FC, I think I will give Malum Fashi FC the 3 points. But then to quickly, because he said to add sentiment so that his team will win, I will also add sentiment that I'm in the FCT. I want EFCC to win.
Okay,
Okay.
That's it. Okay, go ahead.
Just to change something, for the match between Malufamshi and, of course, Sokoto United, sad story for Sokoto, they are not motivated. So a defeat for them, I won't be surprised. I had some players even went to the government house, tried to, ask some questions, and were bundled out yesterday.
Issues.
I mean,
issues of.
I won't be surprised if they are beaten anyway.
That's just have to get it right when it comes to sport in Nigeria. Shouldn't see sport as just, let me not use the word second fiddle now. Really, it's business, and we should take it very serious. If you can be watching European and all those Americans doing so well in any sport they really venture into, why can't we do ours like that? Administrator needs to really understand the reason why you have a club is for you to do what you want to win and also make some money. But just taking it as if it's just a mere sport or a mere fun kind of entertainment is not too good at all. Well, right now, we quickly move straight to talk about two stories in the world of transfer. We have a Nigerian who right now is actually being appointed as the new head coach over there in Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland Lands Women Football Club appoints Donald Malomo as new head coach. Good one. At least we have a Nigerian there coaching a women team in Northern Ireland. They call them Land Women Football Club, and that's a good one there. They call him Paris. He was formerly in Abuja here, and now he's moved to Northern Ireland to be a coach.
Yes, he was formerly a coach of Abuja United, and he worked here in Abuja before he left the shores of this country. And for Donald, good one for him. He has joined the black coaches we have in Europe, and it's looking good because we also have one other coach earlier on, that is Emmanuel Igbo, coach Tirana FC in and qualified them for the Champions League. And for Donald, he will be coaching this women team, and it's a good one because he has the pedigree. That is why they acquired his services. A
good one. Congrats to Coach Malomo there. Now the last ones actually have to do with Barcelona. Still expecting Chelsea to come for Rafinha this season. Barcelona expect Chelsea to make another attempt for winger Rafinha this summer. That's for you, Ahmad.
Well, if Barca probably want Rafinha to go, they are already looking beyond Rafinha. And why Chelsea? Well, maybe they think Chelsea
for what they have done to Chelsea.
Chelsea actually wanted him, and he left and went straight to
They shouldn't go for him.
So they shouldn't go for him again. If I'm Chelsea, I will.
He is a Barca fan. He loved the club, but probably due to one or two maybe financial balance, Barca will probably want to allow him go. And don't forget, they are also in the verge of probably bringing in a Lionel Messi. Maybe one of the reasons they want him to go, I wouldn't know.
Well, I think the best thing for Chelsea to do is to say, no, we are not buying. Well, that'll be it on the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV. The two Emmanuels, Emmanuel Ahmad and Emmanuel Fashimi. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
It's been my pleasure.
I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.